Well, hello there. This is Kathy Crow at the Crow Garden. Welcome and thank you for joining me. I am going to reach over here. I see my video pop up. Normally I miss it. And I pretty cool. I actually got it right on. This is the first time ever. I think it's only taken me, is this the second or third year I've done this? Anyway, it's taken the whole time for me to figure this out. It's pretty nice out there today. I think it's windy and it feels really cold. I don't know. I'm hoping we don't have a hot, wet, or cold winter. I don't want a hot one either. Hi, Trudy. Good to see you. All right. If my music is too loud, tell me because I can't really tell because I can't have the sound on here or I'll totally screw myself up. And, don't forget, our Curvy Celebrations is available. Oh, you know what I did? I am going to have to, as we get going, I'm going to have to go walk over and get my my stamps. I actually brought everything except for my stamps over. So I'm going to try doing our little snowman. He's pretty cute, Snow Wonders. But I've been waiting to use that Curvy Celebrations. Oh, good. Thank you, Trudy. Hi, Andy. It's nice to see you. I'm going to use our Curvy Celebrations today, very limited, because I want to do another version of Curvy Celebrations next week, probably. But aren't these guys cute? This little happy snowman just makes me so happy. He's just so cute. Look at him. Look at him. All right, so we're going to have fun doing that today. And the music sounds really loud to me, so I might have to go in and I'm kind of a sound. I like having music in the background, but that's just seeming a little loud. So okay, maybe it's just the trumpets with that one. I don't know, but boy, it just seems like there's something I am forgetting that I wanted to make sure I mentioned to you. So Curvy Celebrations is a stamp set. Let me jump over here for a minute. I'm going to just take you with me. You're going to kind of see what I'm going to. I have got all of my stamp cases down here. There's Curvy Christmas. We need that today. And then I need my Snow Wonders. Where are you? I'm not sure where Snow Wonders is because I've been busy stamping all over the place. I've got stacks and stacks, but at least we have that. So we're going to go back over to the desk. I will have to find my Snow Wonders. I know it's here somewhere. And it's probably out at my dining room table. Jeff and I have been watching BattleBots at night. And BattleBots, if you don't know, this is a really fun thing. It's totally family friendly. They started in, I think they probably started in the 80s when our kids were small. And we found them after a little while. Then we stopped watching TV for a while because commercials had gotten pretty dirty actually. and so we just took TV out of our house. And in the meantime, BattleBots had gone to Comedy Central, and it wasn't so good during those years, but we're discovering this now as we've been watching the old ones. And I'm going to move the camera down so I can get started. And we found out that BattleBots has been going on all this time, and it moved to several different channels, and it's really a fun, if you like, I don't know, if you're a guy, guys kind of like the aspect of it being, they make their own little machines, and they're not little, they're big, and they're very powerful, and really super cool. So anyway, when we're watching TV, I am doing cards at the table, and Jeff is watching, and I'm watching BattleBots too. It's pretty fun. All right, I am going to set my card box here for a second. You can look at my little snowman, and I'm going to run into the other room and see if I can find my Snow Wonder set. So funny. I thought I had everything. Maybe it is in the pile. I don't think I'm using that Cherish the Season just for these little doodads there. Maybe it's in this pile of stuff. I don't think it is. Wow, this is peculiar. I thought I had everything all ready to go today, and now I'm discovering that I didn't. Oh, well, this isn't the first time that I've gotten things totally backwards. Oh, there you are. I found you. And I also found our other Quite Curvy. All right, so right now, Stampin' Up! Wanted to sell all of these separate to demonstrators. I don't think it was the plan was ever for it to be separate for the public. For this month only and December, Curvy Christmas and Quite Curvy and all of the dies, they're wonderful. And the paper that goes with it, which I'm not going to stop and get because I don't have it here with me, but that is all in a suite. And then after Christmas in the new mini catalog that's coming out, Quite Curvy and I am assuming the dies because they match the leaf and all. So Quite Curvy and the dies will be available, but not as a bundle, I don't think. Maybe it will be a bundle. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But but Curvy Christmas will be gone. And I think this one, you think my Snow Wonder melted? Ha ha ha, good one, Andy. It didn't. Hey, thank you for sharing. Ladies, I totally forgot our drawing. I gotta put the camera back up to do that, don't I? And so anyway, I'm gonna encourage you if you like these, and I do because they don't do the curvy stamp thing too often. And very rarely do you have this border like that. I mean, that's really unusual. Of course, the birds on it is a seller for me. But anyway, so let me put you back up again so that I can get this drawing done because I totally forgot about that. All right, so thank you for sharing. When you share, then you get entered into my little basket. I look at those every day, every week. Just before I come on, I look and see who shared. And thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. It gets it out to different people probably every time you do it. So just thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. And then if you win, then you get $5. A little $5 coupon. That's a $5 coupon you can redeem for my classes, or you could redeem for Stampin' Up! Stuff. If you redeem it for Stampin' Up! Stuff, though, I will need you to keep one of those coupons for shipping and handling. All right. Well, not keep it, but send it to me to redeem it for the shipping and handling. All right. Let's see who wins the drawing from last week, okay? I think Freddie won last week. That was cool. All right, let's see. And the winner is Trudy. Congratulations, Trudy. And I will put your name up there in the window so I don't forget that you won. And then I'll get your card out in the mail tomorrow. All right, so now we can get started. Got everything now. We're all set. And I kind of adjusted my lights, hoping that adjustment works out for, although actually that's not seeming to be too glary. So I'm going to remove my paper, and there's a host code. If you want to order anything, you can place an order using that host code. Anytime you order anything in my Stampin' Up! Store, I don't know if you can see that very well. It looks like it's really glaring, doesn't it? Let me, yeah, it's these lights. It's like I can't get those to stop. Maybe if I put my paper over on the edge here, where that glare is, maybe that will take some of the glare down from. I don't know if that helped. It doesn't really seem to. Yeah, it's just, I just can't get the lighting thing right, so I'm not going to worry about it. We'll put you there. That's going to move like instantly anyway, because I'll never be able to keep track of that. Now, for this card, what I did is I took our best, where are you? Oh, I left you out. You're over here on the side. No, you're not. Oh, my goodness. You must be in this pile then of stuff. Yes, there you are. I knew I had you out. This is our best plaid builder, and I love it. I haven't actually used the two sides together all that much. I've been just playing around with using them separately. And so for this card, we are going to start with some Old Olive. And then I took, let me grab my scraps on the side here and get them out. Got everything kind of piled up in there. I did a So Sweetly Stitched tag out of Whisper White. And I'm going to take the little, the snowflake, where is that snowflake die? There's a snowflake embossing corner here. We're going to use that to put texture on that. It's pretty cute. You're going to like that. And I have him stamped or cut out just because he's going to need to be a mask for me on one of the cards that I do. And so anyhow, you're going to recognize this DSP. This is the back side of one of those, well, let me grab it out and let's see. I think it's the Warm Hugs Christmas paper that we got this year. Well, let's just look and see which one that is. It's this one. Yes, Heartwarming Hugs. Okay, so it's one of these papers. I don't really see it handy, but I like that plaid a lot. So but it's kind of a little much. When I was using that plaid earlier on some cards, it was like, well, its design is really cool, but to have just one solid piece is a bit much. So I thought taking it and cutting it with that Best Plaid Builder die might have a good effect, and I really, really like it. So while I was there, I also cut out several of those other strips to use at some point in time. But this green on this paper is Old Olive, so we're going to go with Old Olive. I guess the other one you could do would be Mossy Meadow, but we're going to stick with Old Olive, okay? So let me get this cut to the right dimension. I'm just gonna go with your standard. I don't know, I think I might want it to be a bit bigger because I want to make sure there's plenty of room for everything on there. Let's see what I did. This was, let's see what we've got. This is 4.5, and it's probably almost 6, I bet. It is. It's actually 6 and an 1/8. So we're going to go 4.5 by 6 and an 1/8. Okay, so we'll go 6 and an 1/8 this way. And then 4.5. And then that should give me a pretty good border. I can cut down this plaid if I want to, but it should match up pretty well. So that's the exact size of that die. And if you do your card at 4.5 by 6 and an 1/8, you're going to have a nice border left on that. Okay. All right, so I guess I better just put a little glue down. I'm just going to glue that on there. There are a few little pieces still hanging in there, but some of that's going to get covered up anyway. So I don't really need to worry about it too much. Boy, ladies, what are you? Hi, Mary. It's nice to see you. How are you doing? Is it cold over there? It is so cold. And the wind, that wind chill factor is just making it even more cold. I haven't been out on the bike now for I don't know how many days, and I keep telling myself I need to get out there, but I don't want to when it's this cold. And even with, I could put my long underwear on and it actually isn't too bad. And last year when I was still trying to, I was having I still am having a hard time with my weight, but I'm just kind of getting resigned to what it is actually. And last year I was a little more panicky about it, and it was harder to keep off the pounds. I think that actually is getting a little bit better. It sure takes a long time for your body to sort of normalize out. No matter what you do, there's always something. Okay, now we're going to do that, and then I need to put, because I don't want too much green going here, and I want to use my red ribbon. I need the real red as a little matte behind that tag. I saw one person on Pinterest, one of the demonstrators has got a couple of Pinterest posts that give all the dimensions of these tags. I don't remember which one it was, but that was really nice of her. If I had those all posted up here, I'd know exactly what size I need to cut this to get just a little edge all the way around. But since I don't have that handy, I'm gonna just cheat and do it this way. And make sure I've got a border about as big as I wanted. I'm not really too worried about it being exact. It just needs to be close. You haven't seen much done with this Snow Wonders? I know, Andy, and I don't understand it. He's like one of the cutest snowmen that we've ever had. I like him a lot more than the ones in... yeah, the one with the snowman season we had, those were really cute and fun. But this guy, he's very detailed. So he's going to go, you know what I'm going to do him with? I'm going to put him with, he'd be really good in any of our garden sets, but make the garden, you know, wintry instead of, and Snow Wonder, that Snow Wonder set, he'll be really good. I know I am going to do a bunch with him. I think I have all my Christmas cards made. Oh, you're making tags today, Mary? Awesome. You guys are tag fiends over there in Moses Lake. Oh, man, you and Diana, you must make a lot of gifts, little gift things, you know, to give to people because you're always doing really cool tags. All right. You kind of got me stuck on tags. Diana's had tons of really neat tags last year, and then she had that tags set that I didn't really even know about until she did that. I didn't know about it. I wondered why she posted stuff and then didn't realize it was tags. And yes, it's available. Now this Snow Wonders comes with snow time dies. I love them. Look at that. There's the labels. The little wreath gets cut out. Maybe that's not going to work there, so we'll stick that there. Anyway, these are corners. And you're going to get to see how that works out because they don't cut through. They're embossing. Oh, I've got better plates. I should have got my better plates out for you to see, but I kind of forgot about that. My kitchen table's filled with junk right now. So I'm going to want to not, you know, I'm going to go ahead and do this now, although I should probably, I should stamp my Merry Christmas up here first because I did it afterwards on this one and it was a little funkier than I liked. So let me go ahead and let's pull this back out again and stamp our little Merry Christmas stamp. And then I could do Happy Christmas, but I can't because that's what comes with this is Happy Christmas. But we're gonna find Merry Christmas is on the Cherish the Season set, so we'll use that. Oops, there's a little bell. I've been using, you know, that rainbow glimmer paper. I used that with a bunch of these bells. I haven't made any cards with the stuff I did yet, but I'm going to. They're gonna be really, really nice. Excited about it because that rainbow glimmer paper is really pretty, but when I bought it earlier in the summer, it wasn't in the mood to be. This is real red to be making. Okay, you meant the plaid. Are you talking about the plaid the plaid builder, or just that plaid paper, Andy? Okay, so real red. Let's make sure I got it all inked up. We'll stick you on there, and then that'll be a little bit better. I should probably do the snowman too while I've got it out. I mean, I might as well, right? I might as well. Then he'll stamp maybe a little better. Although I didn't mind him being a little rustic. He's kind of a little bit more of a rustic Santa than the line drawing Santas that we usually do. Oh, here they are. I put them in here already. So that glimmer paper with those bells, oh, that's going to be really pretty. I think, I hope. Okay, little snowman. Let's get you out. The plaid builder. There actually are quite a few things on Pinterest. So if you go to my Pinterest page, but you're probably right, but find not mine, because I haven't done hardly anything, but on my Pinterest page, I've got Stampin' Up 2020 to 21. And if you go to that board, you'll find the plaid builder die board. And, oh, look at him. Isn't he cute? Okay, now I am going to tell you a secret. I'm using my chocolate chip. Close to Cocoa is what this old stamp case was. But Close to Cocoa is almost exactly like chocolate chip. So when chocolate chip came out, when we were getting rid of it, I bought a bottle of ink so that I could keep one very strong. You know, my early espresso is about the same, but I like this one just a tiny bit better than early espresso. So I am using that. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So cold out there. It was, I think they said it was, when I looked this morning, it was 38. And that doesn't sound terribly cold, but sure felt cold. Okay, so now I'm going to take these snowflake dies that come with the Snow Wonders bundle. And we are going to just emboss around. Now it's a corner. My plates are kind of torqued here. Let's see if I've got a better one in here. I do. We'll use this one. We'll grab the other plate. This one's laying a little flatter. Okay. All right, so it's a corner, and it doesn't really matter where I'm laying it, because again, it's just gonna emboss. It's not going to cut. And I'm gonna do it in a couple of places. You can't really see it all that much. It's mainly just you know, it's gonna give you some snowflake texture there. Isn't it cute? All right, so now what I'm going to do is just get the spots that I'd missed. And it can kind of you can do it again, you know. I mean, you can go over what you did. It's not going to matter. I don't want too much down there. Okay, so we'll just do it like that. I could put it, actually, let's put it on him like that. Because it doesn't matter if he has some on him too. It's not that big a deal. All right, and because it's not a cutting blade, I'm frozen. That's weird. Huh. Sorry, Trudy. I think my internet's been acting up, so, you know, who knows? Oh, I love it. It's so cute. I love those. All right. Now, get that out of the way. Put these back in the case. Where did your case go, Kathy? Did you move the case like to no man's land or what? There you are. Okay, so we'll put these guys back in there or I'll lose them for sure. We won't be using those again. All right, you can see that snowman is in there too, so you can make him pop out very nicely, but we're gonna just do him standard right now. And then what I wanna do is, On this one, I'm not going to put any puff paint. On this one, I put some puff paint. Now our puff paint, Michelle, you asked about it earlier. Oh, hi there, Diana. It's not frozen except for my feet. Oh, your feet. Yeah, I know it's cold, really cold. Okay, so the puff paint is retired, but you can buy puff paint at any hobby store. I saw at Hobby Lobby they have it. I mean, not at the actual store. I couldn't find it earlier in the season, and I don't know about now. But earlier in the season, I looked for it and couldn't find it. I didn't really want to put blue on this card, so I did kind of a spongy thing back there with some, I don't even know what I used. It was probably crumb cake or something, very, very light. But, you know, I didn't really like it all that much, so I am not going to do that again on this one. But what I do want to do is add, I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm not going to just add my Wink of Stella. I'm going to add Wink of Stella, but I'm also going to add a tiny bit of tinsel on it before it dries, because I want those little, I don't want that red to smear, so I'm not going to, see how it smeared a little there? It will, so don't touch your ink with this Wink of Stella. Sometimes it'll smear it, which is fine if you're coloring, not so good if you're not. Okay, so now we're going to just put some tinsel on there before that dries. And then that way, I get a little more glimmer on that guy. Just on those snowflakes. Isn't that cute? And then I'll color him in a little bit. We'll set that aside while I get the rest of that card finished. Ooh, I spilled some of my tinsel. Right over here on the side. Now I'm going to have tinsel all over my hand. Now. Oh, good, Trudy. I'm glad it's good now. You know, my internet has been, it's just been kind of acting weird at various times. So I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was me. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was us. But I'm glad it's working again. Let me get my mess cleaned up here. Are you like me? Do you have tinsel like all over your house? I cleaned the floor last night and then went back into that room and saw, oh, there's glitter still all over the floor. I didn't mop it. I just, it's a Pergo, you know, wood look floor. And anyway, it looked fine until you just kind of got right down on it and looked at it, and it was pretty tinsely. All right, so that's pretty dry. So I think now I can color his little scarf, because I want his little scarf to be red. So let's grab real red. This looks like cherry cobbler. That looks like real red. Good, good. We'll get the dark one. And the little berries. Don't have to be too exact. And then after that, we're going to do some smoky sleigh for his little hat. If I can find it. It's light smoky slate. Okay. I do feel like he needs something behind him, a little color, but so maybe just a very, very little bit of light gray sponging. Maybe a little bit of light gray. I didn't want it to detract from my colors of just two colors, really. Just because that plaid's pretty busy, and I wanted those gold bells on it. So that's why I didn't want to put blue in this at all, but maybe a gray or, I don't know, something more neutral. Ooh, we don't really want, let's do the dark olive on those leaves. Okay, now that's done. And I'm gonna just leave him like that. What do you think? Do you like it with this background or with it just no background? Better leave that out because I'm not done with that. All right, so now we will take our glue and we'll put that on there. Gonna have a glittery thumb. Okay, some of that tinsel is gonna come up, but a lot of it'll stay. As long as I don't handle the card too much, it'll be fine. All right, so we're gonna set you aside, little guy, for now. Actually, I don't think I have anything layered under it. Let's go ahead and stick you on. Okay, we'll wanna put some dimensionals on the back of him. Kind of not wanting to turn it over because I'm going to lose a lot of my, I think I'm going to lose a bunch of my tinsel when I do that. We'll see. You like it with the background? I do too, Andy. I think I do too. It's kind of too late for me now to add it on. Unless, if my tinsel's going to just all fall off, then I could do it still. And then I could redo my tinsel too with some actual adhesive. But there's still some on there, quite a bit actually. I don't think that's just the Wink of Stella on there. Okay, I could take, let's see what we've got. Oh boy, let's look. Trying to find a super light. This one's E42. Let's check it out on the side. That one's too dark. Our ivory is really light. But I think it's too dark to do what I want it to do here. This is the lightest one we've got. That's not too, see, it's gonna be too dark, so I would have to sponge it with something. And I'm not gonna sponge it, so we'll just leave it. All right, so now we've got that. Let's take our, I've got these dies out already, so let's grab them. Cut out. Oops. Back in there. We're going to get one of the gold ones out. Now, when I've been cutting my bells out, the little leaf inset falls out, which is fine if you want to change the color. I'm not really sad about it. It's just that it's making it a bit more complicated to use. And if I'm careful, I can get, so see how all those leaves fell out? Yeah. If you're careful, you might be able to prevent that from happening. And one thing you can do to completely prevent it from happening, let me grab one of the leaves and we'll stick it. I don't know if it's the same one though. It's kind of got to be the same one. So you have to, when you cut them out, you're going to have to deal with your leaves right in the moment. Otherwise, there we go. That one, those all stayed. So if you cut it out and you can get those to stay and not cut through all the way, and you can do that, you know, with just don't pass it through more than once, and then be really careful when you pull it out. Or just take some tape and put behind there a thicker tape, not this Scotch tape, because this wouldn't be thick enough, but something thick enough that's going to just kind of prevent those from cutting through all of the way. Because what you can do is you can take your pen and color those a little bit. You do have to use a darker one because it won't show up otherwise. But if you use one of your darker greens, then you can color those leaves and they still look pretty cool. So I didn't do that on the card that I'm doing here, but I'm showing you that you can. I love these bells. Now this bell set is a really good one as an addition. It's harder to make a card that's just got the bells on it unless it's a really simple card. So the super simple ones, it works great. I tend to do, you know, layered stuff. So for me, I'm going to be using the bells mainly with some other stamp sets. So I've got a bunch of stuff cut out. I took my gold, and you can cut out all of your little scraps. Have them all ready to make a bunch of cards with. But what I'm looking for are 2 of those little tiny bells. I know I have a bunch of them in here. They're just hiding from me. And by the time I get them here, they're probably going to be the silver ones. I've got a bunch of silver ones in there too. Okay, there we go. The 2 little bells. And I've got the medium-sized bell going. We're going to use this bigger one, even though that's not the one I have. Same deal. Those little holly berries fall out too. So if you just leave it, they might fall out on you. So if you want them to stay, you don't want to substitute them with a different, people can put other colored things. See, so it's not a bad thing, it's just something to know. All right, I have a question for you guys. This is one of my goofy questions. If you had an extra appendage, you know, what would it be and where would you put it? There's a Mystery Science Theater episode where they talk about what if, this is one of the early episodes, if you had an extra eye, where would you put it? It was a pretty funny episode. But appendage, I wouldn't think of that as an eye, although maybe the extra eye would be a more humorous thing to think about. Did you notice I just grabbed whatever I had rather than getting my pick out? Okay, so now we're ready for, where's that ribbon? I know I cut you out. At least I thought I did. I'm going to find it in this stack or sticking to my foot later. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just thought I did. We've got that really skinny red. It's pretty. With the gold, that I wanted to use that one because it's gold. It's got gold on it. Oh, it's really nice, but I'm gonna have to sneak over here and see if I can find it on my rack. There you are. And of course, it's slippery. Okay. This is a little bit hard to put through those bells. Even though it's skinny, it's a little bit tricky. We're going to do it anyway. Maybe. Maybe I should have done the bells ahead of time. This is looking a little problematic. There we go. You can see my nails are like, I took off my nail polish, and as always, my nails are so flimsy. They started to just break, all of them, you know, at the corners were breaking. They all did that. And that one's got like that backing attached. So I need to grab my actual pick and get that out of there. So now my nails are super short. I need to get I've got a ton of those Color Street nails, so I need to get those on so that my nails can grow again, because I kind of need them to do these card things. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we've got our cute little gold bells right there. And I'm just kind of knotting it just to kind of keep them loosely together. This is such slick ribbon. It doesn't knot very nicely. You kind of need to stick something in there to get it to stay put while you try to do your knot. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we've got a little knot, and it's a little bigger than I wanted, so let's snug it up a bit. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. I don't need it to be. I want to be able to move those apart so that I can place them. And then also, when I stick it on the card, we're going to stick that in there. All right, so we've got that done. Let's go ahead and stick it on. Put some glue dots in here somewhere. Here's my snips. That's what I need. There's one, and there's another. They always stick more to my nail than to the... Okay, then you can just stick that where you want it and trim your ends. And we'll stick the glue dot on here. So if you could use an extra pair of hands maybe, if you have an extra appendage. I would want to not see it though. It'd have to be an invisible hand, because nobody wants like those remember those Ray Harryhausen Sinbad movies? One of the Ray Harryhausen Sinbad movies had him fighting one of the Greek gods, I think, that had, was it a Greek one? No, it was an Egyptian one, and it had like, you know, I don't know, you would know what I was talking about if you saw it, like 6 arms or something. It was pretty interesting. You like this stamp set, Trudy? I do too. It's a really pretty one. Yeah, exactly, it does. It looks like, well, like a snowman that might be out in your yard, not just any old snowman. Okay, now we're going to take one of the ribbons and just tape it on here. Okay, so that way I can get it across exactly where I want it. And then we'll do the bow. So we'll just tape that right there. And we'll tape that right there. Okay. Now let's look at this long one. I did a lot because I wanted a double ribbon. So let's see, we'll double it up before we tie the bow. And then we'll tweak it. Get it perfect. You can do, when you do a double one like this, you can pull the outer one a little bit just to make it a little bigger than that inner one. Now this is going to be pretty loose. You can snug it up, but you got to be careful doing that you don't mess up what you just did. Grab that. And then that's partly, I'm going to tie something else on there too, just to, okay, that's about where I want it. I'm going to clip this end. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of that. That'll make it stand, stay on there really well. Where did I put those? Okay, oops, I forgot. I can't put the dimensional on until I wrap my twine around it. So I've got twine. This is going to help me fasten on the my
my wreath. If I could, this will just help. It'll give the illusion that my wreath is wrapped on here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. And better stick another dimensional on there now just to make sure it stays put. Okay, now we've got that right there. I can trim my ends. I don't think I trimmed my ends on my other card. Kind of just left them. No one's going to say a toe. If you wanted an extra toe, that would be, nobody's going to want an extra toe. Now on this one, I did snug it a little bit so that it would curve. And I didn't do that with that. I kind of forgot to do that. All right, so now that that's done, we need to attach our little wreath, but we can do this first. Okay, I'm going to put that on top. And those little red, you can use up some of your, well, you can use up some of your holiday red embellishments, but these red rhinestones actually are the perfect size. So maybe I'd better grab a tweezers on this one to do this part. It's hard to get them on there otherwise. If I do it, if I just slide them on, it doesn't really, oops, it doesn't go where I want it to. Oops, that guy's not going where I want him. Let's take you off the card. Aren't those cute? If you had an extra ear, I wonder if it would help you hear better. My husband would probably like me to have an extra ear, and maybe at times he'd probably like to have me have no mouth. He likes to tease me about it. I actually don't talk all that much, which is probably surprising to you. Oops, I forgot this one. Let's do these two. But the traditional idea of the husband wishing his wife couldn't talk is probably not that far off for many of us. And it doesn't really have anything to do with what's I wish she had another ear. Okay, there you go, Diana. You said that before I said it, I bet. I just now looked and saw. Yeah, I would just like to be able to hear better. I don't have the greatest hearing in the world, so it would be nice to be able to hear better. And I could go, one of these days, I'm going to have to go get a hearing aid. They have them so well hidden, you don't even know people have them. All right, so we're going to take our twine. I don't think I'm using twine on these, so I can kind of just do what I want with it. Let's just not double it for ease of putting these together. Because you can just tie them together, then you can use your glue dots to position them however you want. Okay. All right, and then you can do a decorative thing however you want to with your let me get some Whisper White. With your twine, you can do what you want with it. I just need a little piece for my wreath. Probably had some already cut out, ready to go, and forgot about it. Okay. Where are you, stamp set? There you are. Did you guys get the Curvy Christmas set? Who's gotten that? It's pretty cute. I think you'll like it. All right, we will need the die because I need to cut the wreath out. And let's grab that wreath. Uh-oh, I am going to have to go for my plumber is here. Hold on, I'll be right back. There, how are you? All right, sorry about that. I am back, but I had to go let in our plumber because every year at this time I have the plumber guy. Where did my chocolate chip thing go? I was going to use chocolate chip and now I can't find where I put it. Oh, there you are. Do I want chocolate chip? No. I did Old All or Meadow. Not Old Olive, but I can't find. No, there you are. Mossy Meadow. There we go. We get tree roots in our right at Christmas time or Thanksgiving, one of the two. Every other year. Oh, you only got the Curvy set, Michelle? It's cute. It's really cute. Yeah, if you're not into the Curvy things so much, maybe the Christmas one wouldn't be needed. I do tons of Christmas cards, so it was like a no-brainer for me. But anyway, we get tree roots, so as a preventative, I always have them snake out our drain in November, October, or November. And this year, I just kind of forgot about it, so... Did I put that die away? Uh-oh. I had it in my hand when I went to open the door, and I might have... Oh, good. I see it. It's over here. All right. So you can take if you stamp it in your green color, then it's pretty quick work to color your wreath. But you're not like having to do major stuff here. And we're going to put our little sparkly rhinestones on it. So let's see which one is real red. That's the one that's real red. Oops, let's use our light. There's a lot of shading on one of these ribbon bows, so I think we'll just use the light one there. And I probably could have used a little bit more green right there. Let's put a little bit there where I kind of missed it. All right, now we can cut this out. Oh, Diana, you got the Curvy Sweet. Oh, good. I can hardly wait to see what you do with it because there's a lot of really cute. Now, this die has a nice top. Isn't that sweet? Wish they always did that. Put a marker on the die, not, in print, but in the metal like that. That is just so fantastic. Then I don't have to search to find where you place it. Oops, my cutting was off a tiny bit, but that's okay. Now let's put you away. All right, now we don't want the inside there. So just grab a regular hole punch that's a smaller one, not a big giant one. And you can kind of carefully punch away a lot of the excess here. Okay, and where you don't punch enough, you're going to want to get out your little snips. And you can even out that edge so it looks nicer. Boy, you're stubborn right there, aren't you? And there. Doesn't have to be perfect. I can hear him up on the roof, so he has to go up on the roof. And the reason we do the snaking of the drain is because there were 2 holidays, not in a row. So if it was in a row, I would have figured it out earlier, but there were 2 holidays where we had, like, family and trying to do dinner and and guests in the house, so our plumbing was being used extensively. And then we had like a major backup. 2 times. So I just figured, okay, since I never know when that's going to happen, because I don't know when the trees are going to decide to send especially gnarly roots out, we will just get it snaked every single year to prevent that from ever happening again. Okay, I'm getting my green. I have olive green ones somewhere, and that's what I used here, and I don't see those. So I'm going to just use some of these yellow ones and red ones, just to put a little bit of color on my little wreath. These are kind of large, but oh well. I want to use them up. Those are a little smaller. Let's use the red ones that are smaller. I think that's all I need to do. Oh, I gotta go get the door again. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry ladies that I have to keep doing that. I didn't, they were supposed to be here like super early this morning, and then they canceled on me because their machine that they use to snake out these drains, their chain, he said, broke, and they had a replacement that was supposed to be there on Saturday, and it wasn't. All right, so we're gonna just fasten on. I'm not gonna really like that, but let's just see what happens here if I do it different, because I'm gonna want to do that separate. Where did my scissors go? All right, let's take our black dimensionals, just so I can use those up a little bit. We're gonna stick this on here so it's kind of coming from there. I might need to use a few of these guys. Don't I have bigger ones? Let's just use I don't see the bigger black ones, so we'll use our bigger white ones because that's going to take forever. All right, that's good. So I'm thinking I might have to get this the height I want, I'm going to have to layer that more than just one. Now, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's their chain going through our drain. It's always like super scary for me, thinking, God, please don't let their chain ruin our old pipes. And I do pray every time they do this, please God, just keep their chain going through without breaking. I think we have old clay pipes in this house, and I've never heard of it happening necessarily. Oh, look at my leaves fell out. Oh, you stinkers. Okay, so we're gonna stick that there like that. I find one. I'm going to have to make sure my wreath goes over. Oh, there it is. Excellent. So we can stick our wreaths right back, or my leaves right back in there, but you guys shouldn't have fallen out. I had you taped in there. Too much handling. You want to make sure you don't handle those too much, or they just fall right out. That one go there, I hope. I don't know if I got it in the right one. I think I put the wrong leaf in the wrong one. We're gonna just stick you in there anyway. Oh, I'm sticking to it. And my finger. Look at that. You little stinkers. Look at that. You're just not staying. Wow, you are a naughty leaf. All right, there we go. Now we can tie our little wreath. And we can probably just tie it to this. But I think I'm going to play it safe and clean my hand because now it's all gummy from all of that glue. Okay, it's always better to get your drain snaked before there's an emergency. You do not want to wait for the emergency. You don't have to have it snaked at all, that's good. But when you're a gardener like I am, you've probably got a lot of plants out there. Oops, what did I do? I've got a lot of plants out there. They just keep sending those roots down. Okay, there we go. So now that's done, and I can tie you to this. Let's snip you so it's easier for me to do. Oh man, I thought I was going to get to all of my cards, and I can see I'm only going to probably end up getting to this one just because of all this tinkering around. Maybe we'll get to one more, but that's probably going to be about it. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Okay, I will hook that in there. And if you want to secure it, you know, you could put a little bit of glue in there just to be on the safe side or not. Whichever you want. I think I'm gonna just clip these pretty short. All right, there we go. Isn't that cute? I really like this card. Love that little snowman. Okay, that one is done. I will have to put this, it's a front, so I'll have to put that with a card. But I do want to show you the Curvy set here really quick before I get going on anything more. This is one piece. So you can just take your Whisper White and let me find, where's that Curvy Christmas? There you are. All right, we'll do you this way. Now I did not, what you'll want to do before you sponge your sky, because I just sponged a sky in there, you will want to do a masking of your little tree. And it's a pretty big one. So you'll need a good-sized block for this, or your Stamparatus. Okay, so we're going to want to do a masked piece first. So let me find a scrap paper. On the side over here. I need a pretty good sized one. Where are you? I know I have some laying around. Here we go. Oh, that's a glossy one. I don't want that. Has to be wide enough and long enough to do this. Okay, so you're going to take Mossy Meadow. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks. Sorry, I probably lost everybody a long time ago. All right, so here's my little masked line that I need to cut to do. Clean that off. Oh man, I've got too many things all over the place here. Now this Mossy Meadow is really super messy. Of all of our inks, I think that's one of the messier ones. I tend to get it all over myself. Okay, here's another little question for you. If you're still with me, do you ever make faces behind people's backs? Thought that was a good one. Do you think that they ever make faces at you? Now this is the kind of question that you could have a lot of fun with. All right, I don't need to worry about the bottom at all. It's just the top. And when you're gonna mask anyway, you know, I had one already made so that I didn't have to do this again. I thought I stuck it in there, and apparently I didn't. So I'm sorry you're having to watch me make another masked piece to sponge. And I want it to be in between each tree. I'm kind of cutting them close and cutting some of the tree off because this is actually thick cardstock. If you're using like a Post-it note, which would be more effective, you'd want to be a little closer to the actual trees. But since this is thick cardstock, it's not gonna get right to the edge of those trees anyway when I sponge. So I can be pretty careless in my cutting here and cut a lot of the tree. Well, not a lot, but even if I cut a little tiny bit of it away, it's still gonna sponge nicely. Hopefully it won't leave too much white around where these trees are, because with this thick cardstock it will leave some. But I'm doing this maybe when I thought I know I had a mask because I did it already, but maybe I thought, might not hurt for you to see, you know, you don't have to take a lot of care with this masking business when you're cutting something for it. Okay. So we're going to place this where we're going to want our sky. I probably better use a little piece of washi tape to tape that on there, or it'll be shifting all around. Where's the end? Where is the end? You're probably wondering that. Where's the end of this video? Is she ever gonna quit? This one goes really fast. It's just the sponging here that's gonna take a little time. I get fairly close to the top because I can trim the sky away. I'm not exactly sure. All right, let's do Seaside Spray. That's a nice wintry color. And I've got all my sponges in little bags with blue, just your basic color, blue, orange, brown, and I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to use this cosmetic one. That one, I might use the daubers in a minute. We'll see. We'll see how things go. All right, so I'm going to start down here. Just go up. And the key is to just apply lightly and then keep going if you want it darker. Now, I am thinking that in between all of my trees, it might not be getting it enough, so I'm going to go a little heavier down there. I think my tape is on there. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's just see. Ooh, perfect. All right, oops, my paper got torn a bit, but our snowman is going to cover that up nicely. So I'm gonna keep my mask, keep him in there so I don't ever have to do that again. And then we will stamp our little tree line. Okay, now you can just lay them on there if you want to, and then use your Stamparatus. I am going to go ahead and just stamp it rather than get the Stamparatus out. I know those plumber guys are going to just knock on my door as soon as I get started doing anything. Okay, I think let's make sure it's following exactly my tree line. Better to have it be up into the sky a little bit rather than... Okay, good, it is. All right, put a little bit of Mossy Meadow on. I've got a little bit of red there. Keep that out because I need that for the trees. The big trees. Now this is the part that's a little tricky. This is where your Stamparatus would probably be really handy. Oh, I got it up way too high. So I am going to have to take out my little sponge. Oh, look at you. We're going to have to do a little repair here. Let me clean my stamp off first. I know I'm going to have to go pay those guys. This is taking a little bit of the time away from the video too. I have to go deal with that all the time. So it isn't just that this is taking a long time. All right, did I put you away? Yes, I did. Seaside spray. Oh, I spit on it. I'm going to have to be really careful here. You know what? I am not going to be careful because I want to get done. Maybe I should get my dauber out. I'm afraid it'll give me a different edge if I do that. I'm kind of wanting to I want it to match it. I don't want it to be too dark right there. But I might have to just bite the bullet and make it darker. It's like a dark horizon, okay? There we go. Now I could have used my pen, and that might have helped a little bit. Maybe I should have done that. But I kind of wanted to see if I could do it like this, and I think I can. That's better. I do think I might need to use my pen, but I'm thinking the pen is going to be too dark. And also, I think my ink color, that was Seaside Spray. This is Seaside Spray. My ink pad is, I think, a tiny bit different than my pen. I don't know. When I used it before, I thought, wonder if the color on my ink pad's changing a little bit, because it looks just a little bit different in color. But this looks like it's matching up well. So it probably was just that I was comparing it to a spot where I hadn't stamped very strong, you know, and it was lighter. Because this is matching up really well. So you can just use that to fill in any gaps. And then you can take your darker Old Olive and color in those trees so that you don't have blue in them. Although if I had stamped it right where I wanted to, I really wouldn't have had to even do that. But I got it off. I am going to cut off the edges, so I'm not too worried about the white there, or the fact that my sky is ruining my nice snow. You take a jelly roll. And you could even use whiteout. And the other thing you can do is if you are going to put puffy snow on it, you could put puffy snow up there, and that would not, it won't completely wipe this out. Where's my 10? Number 10. Number 10 is better. That's 8. There we go. There's number 10. Okay, number 10's pretty heavy. So you can use it to cover up some of your little mistakes. It's gonna be shadowy, right? I've got shadows up there on the hill. That part side I will cut off. I'll cut those off. Will be good. All right. Now you're figuring out how big you want your card. And I wanted to use, for this one, now these snowflakes are retired. I know you recognize them. They are from our snowflake showcase probably 2 years ago. And I only had those 3 left. That's all I had left, and I wanted to use them and get them out of my stash. And today's card, I went and found these old snowflake brads. I think I have a third one floating around here on my desk somewhere. There you are. So we will use those instead. Because we have little snowflake, we have a snowflake little sequins, but I wanted silver because I wanted to put this silver ribbon on it. And this is our 2019-21 in color designer series paper. And so you got your design like that. You've got your handwritten one. And there's this wonderful plaid. Love that. If you have your plaid stamp, you could do a bigger plaid, but this is like a buffalo check. And, you know, again, this is going to be a bigger one, bigger card, because I wanted to make sure I could see a lot of that buffalo plaid. It's so cute. So this one is 4.5, probably by 6. Yep. Okay, so 4.5 by 6. We're going to go ahead, well, I better cut this before I stamp the sentiment, so I get the sentiment in the right spot. Let me put my pen away. All right. So this is already 6 inches. And we just need one side to be 4.5. And then I want to make sure there's a nice big border around there. This is 5.5. So we're going to cut, first of all, we're going to cut my white spot off on that side. We don't want a lot off. We might have to live with this because that's going to make it too small if I cut any more off. I'm going to cover this with my tree. On this one, my tree was over here. I'm just going to slide it over to cover that up a little bit. Okay, my paper tore a bit there. So what I want to do, I believe, is we're going to cut this right there where I've torn it. And that is going to be, we want it to be at 4 inches. So that's where we're going to do it. We're going to do it at 4 inches. Now I can stamp my sentiment. Okay, so I have made faces behind people's backs when I was a kid. I try really hard not to do that because it just indicates that I don't have a very good attitude about people in general if I'm doing that. All right, you could use your Curvy sentiment, but I really liked this Christmas wishes and joyful greetings. You know what? I have no idea where that was from. Oh, good. It is from Snow Wonder. Christmas wishes and joyful greetings. And the happy Christmas. I really like these sentiments. They are perfect for that happy little snowman. He's very happy. I'll put those all upside down. And I need it to go that way so it doesn't stick. Yeah. All side. Is that big enough? Not really. Let's just do, no, that's too big. I'll use this block. It's a little large too, but. Okay, now we're not going to want to, oops, that's the wrong sentiment. That's sending you blessings, peace, and magic, and I don't want that one. Like, that's a nice one, but I want the happy one. So that one is happy. It's just, I try really hard not to be too preachy to some people. This one, since it's a snowman, is going to go to my less spiritual people on my Christmas list. So we'll send it with just happy wishes instead of anything too serious. Blessings might be too much for some people, which is kind of funny, but the way it is. That would not be accompanied. I'm not rolling my eyes when I say that. So that's why you don't want to ever roll your eyes behind people's backs, because if you have kids, they're watching you and they're going to be rolling their eyes at you if they see you rolling your eyes at anyone. That's a good one. Eye roll is a really good indicator of whether you're smug or you're curious. Okay, let's say curious. All right, here we go. This needs to be mounted, though, on some seaside spray. I don't have to. I could just leave it like that and stick it on, but I really liked it mounted. If I do mount it, I need to trim it just a tiny bit. So let's just do that. I can get rid of a tiny bit more of my side here. Just a little bit. That's kind of flubbed, and a little bit more of the bottom. Not a ton. All right, and then we will get a piece of seaside spray. I'm gonna just peek here and see how wide, how far, how long. Right there. That's a little wide. And there, that one's better. Let's cut this side just a hair off. Okay. Perfect. I had coffee today, so I am shaky, I think, a little from my coffee. I've been having it every Monday. I think that's been a trend for a while now. Maybe that's not a good plan to have coffee on the day I do this. We want dimensionals, so let's stick those on there. All right, here's another one. If you could trade one body part. Oh, trade? Oh, with anyone you know. Oh, brother, this is like a kid question. What would it be, and with whom would you trade? I don't even want to talk about that, trading body parts, I'm so sure. You know, that's probably one of the best things that you can teach your kids is to be happy with your body. Good grief. No one is. The people, the saddest people in the world are the most beautiful often because they are, you know, so fixated on such things. Be happy with what, in fact, if you're going to compare yourself with somebody who's in a lot worse shape than you, and you're suddenly going to be so happy with the way God made you. Okay, that shouldn't be down there. Let's get you out of there. I put a bunch because I want to make sure that's supported. I'm going to be pressing down on it as I put other things on it. There. Okay, now we'll take our Whisper White. Oh, that's our scrap. We don't want that. Let's take this Whisper White. We'll stamp our little snowman. We don't have to do much to him. It's funny, I've got saved my snowman mask, but oops, I need the stamp too, not just the die. See the cute snowflakes that come with this set also? Let's take the trees out because I'm going to need that too. Thank you, Michelle. Glad you liked it. All right, we're using chocolate chip again. This is one of my favorite ones for this snowman. But my stamp, this is an old stamp, so, or ink pad, so it doesn't always ink up exactly the way you want it to. Oh, good, good. And then the tree, obviously, we want to do with Mossy Meadow. Let's stick you away up here. Mossy Meadow. I don't think I put you away. I'm not seeing you. There you are. Isn't that pretty? Look at that tree. Look at the detail of those little boughs. I love it. This is one of my favorite little trees. It's just, it's perfect. I don't have to do one thing to it. Just stamp and go. It's perfect, perfect. All right, now I do need to color his scarf Seaside Spray. So we'll take our dark Seaside Spray and we'll quickly color. Okay, we're even gonna use that on his hat. I used the gray before, but I'm gonna go ahead and just use that. And a little light olive this time. Where those leaves. And the berries. Okay, now we can cut out those trees and the snowman. Stick you on. Uh-oh, did yeah, no, you're good. I forgot, though, that I wanted to stick these on, and so I am going to have to do that, but I think my hole puncher will still work, even though I might have wanted to do that before I put adhesives and stuck it on there. All right, little snowman. Do our trees. The snowman is the one that tends to shift, so I might have to do them separate. When you cut the snowman out, it does cut away some of the... Oops, my tree shifted, didn't it? Yes, it did. Don't do that. You can do a template, I saw, of your dies, and then that'll aid in not letting them shift around. So I could save this as my template, and then when I go to stamp this tree and the snowman again, so let's pretend I have my snowman image and my tree image down here. Let's pretend that I do. I just lay this on top of those images, and then when I laid my die in to cut it, it'll secure it right in there in those holes. And so I'm going to save that and stick it in there with my stamps. So I have that one already done. Okay. There you go. Oh, aren't you so cute? And I can stick this so it covers up my little mess. And then I can see, yeah, that's going to work. I can still punch these in I can stick these with my dimensionals and all. And I am running over just a little bit. I am not going to get to this card, but I'll show you what I did. I wanted to show you how to do that puffy snow. You have to get it. You can buy it as fabric at the fabric store, in their fabric paint section, or I would stick with if you can find the white puffy paint in the craft section of your cardstock area, I would do that, just because I'm a little unsure about how well the non-craft, the fabric one, I'm not sure. This one, for our cards, we're going to heat set that to get it to puff with our embossing deal and our gun. And for fabric paint, you use the dryer or an iron. So, I don't know. I'm just not sure how that would work. So I would try to find your puffy paint for snow in your card craft section. I wish Stampin' Up! Was still carrying it, but they opted not to. Last year, it was in last year's Christmas catalog, but it's not anymore. All right, little snowman, come on. There you go. This is where I need my nails to be a little longer. Okay, there we go. Those guys have got to be done on my roof. I wonder why they're not. I wonder why they're not coming in to get me. Well, I'm glad they're not, because that would be the third time I would have to walk off here, and we're almost done. Okay, there we go. So, that's done. Use my little hole punch again for my brads. So I'm going to stick those right in there. And I'm going to put a rhinestone, I think, in there. I think that'll be pretty. Let's put one as low as I can. I'm not sure how far my punch will reach. Ooh, I messed my paper up a bit. So if you did this beforehand, that would probably be smarter. But I didn't, because I kind of flawed my paper there. I could trim it, but I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to stick you right here. And I got these like in a pack with white and red and blue. I think, I don't know, a long time ago. They're really cheap ones. Probably through like Oriental Trading Company, I bet. I used to order a bunch of things from them when I was working at school. And also when our kids were small and we had little, little kid party things going on fairly frequently. All right, isn't that cute? Now I do want to take my ribbon and we're going to tie our bow there. So I'm going to wrap this around 2 times. I had plenty, so let's make it a little longer there. Oh, we got the Hallelujah chorus going. Awesome. Are you missing the Hallelujah chorus yet? It's almost that time. And probably in a lot of cities, there's a choir that will... I'm going to tie this in a knot just to get it to stop messing up while I work on the bow. Because this metallic ribbon is super slick. It just keeps getting away from you. So I'll just do it in a bow. I mean a knot. Just to get you to stop moving on me, and then I can work on a bow. Very cute. Perfect, perfect. All right, so look at that little sweet smile. I'm gonna go say goodbye to you guys really quick here. So these are the cards we did. Aren't they cute? Cute, cute. Which one did we do? We did this one. So Snowman Wonder with your Curvy Christmas. I used that Curvy Christmas stamp there too. You're gonna love that one. It's nice. All right, I am gonna flip us up. Thank you so much for watching and sharing. Oh, my camera. There we go. Make sure you share the video, and then you can get entered into next week's drawing. If you buy the Curvy Christmas Stamps Suite, I am going to send you 5 Christmas cards and envelopes, nice ones like these. Not necessarily these, because I've got a bunch, but they're all multi-layered and nice Christmas cards, but with envelopes. So I will send those to you, and you'll get a stamp on your Crow Rewards card. Well, 2 of them, I think, if you buy the suite, because you get 1 stamp for every $50 you spend. So anyway. All right, and then when you get 10 of those, you get a $50 shopping spree at Stampin' Up. So it's a pretty good deal. Just go ahead and keep shopping in my store. I really appreciate it. You are helping to support our benevolence group at church. All of the birthday cards and thank you cards and greetings and get well cards, like a whole bunch of things. So anyway, thank you again. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Bye.